So this is my first sketchbook tour. I'm not really a YouTuber generally, but I thought I would share this sketchbook because it's really cool, and I've shared it on my TikTok, but it would be really good to explain the process and what I was thinking and the meaning behind some of my pieces. So let's get into it. I don't remember what type of sketchbook this is, but it is probably my favorite. I'll try and link it down below. I think I got it off of Amazon a couple of years ago. I generally just collect a whole bunch of stickers and cover the front in stickers or tape, or sometimes Subway like sticker things that they put on the sandwiches. This first page is just some stickers from Sticker Mule from the orders I placed, and then I went and shot like BB guns at a place in Korea, and yeah, those are my things. And then I have this cute little sketch that I did, a watercolor from a watercolor cafe nearby, and then this is an old sketch from another sketchbook, but when I moved to Korea, I tried to like consolidate a lot of my stuff. So there's some like loose sketches here and there in this sketchbook. And then I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just trying to experiment with mixed media and gouache, and I had a whole bunch of leftover paint from another painting. So I just kind of did something a little random here. And then this is a collage that I did from going to AMPA Museum. They have, and also the Kim Jong-gi exhibit that was here before Kim Jong-gi passed away. I thought that the artwork really complemented each other. And then I kind of tried to draw a tiger in Kim Jong-gi's like style, as you can see. And then this piece, I was just kind of doing an experimentation with Portraiture, and then I thought this quote would fit really well with it. It would be too easy to say that I feel invisible. Instead, I feel painfully visible and entirely ignored. So I was thinking of like comedy and how, you know, comedians are often the most sad, can be some of the saddest stories. And then this is another sticker page. I'm still kind of putting stickers on it as I get them, but I've mostly finished this sketchbook, so. And then this is a portrait of my husband. I did this when we were first dating. And yeah, it was just like a candid photo kind of thing. And then this was a doodle that I kind of did, or I guess a drawing that I kind of did during some meetings for a climate change design project I was working on with some people. And then the quote says, "The world changes according to the way people see it." It's by James Baldwin. And then again, another kind of leftover paint situation. Anytime I have leftover paint from a painting, I usually try and make something in my sketchbook so it's not going to waste. And then this is a beetle that I painted at a watercolor cafe, and I just kind of cut it out and put it in here. And then doodled a frog and kind of gave up. Some of my pages are not the prettiest. And then this is the wheels. I'm really into biblically accurate angels, almost obsession level. And this quote says, "There's plenty of fish in the sea, but you know what else there is? Trash. There's a lot of trash in the sea." This was another doodle that I did during the climate change project that I was doing meetings for. And then this is just like a collage I did after going to Ipo's exhibit here in Seoul. I think it was at AMPA Museum. It's the second half of that AMPA collage. And then these are some more portraits of my husband from when we were first dating. Yeah, I tried to do something that was like a little bit more punk in my style, and then this is just kind of a watercolor study. And then this is a fish that I did in acrylic, and yeah, it's just acrylic paint. It's another leftover cheap paint drawing. I think you'll see a theme here. I use a lot of leftover paint for inspiration. And some sort of like dark art. When I was living in Korea previously, I was living alone for a while, and you know, living in a new country alone can be kind of depressing at times and lonely. So I think some of the artwork that I did at that time kind of reflects that. And then this is just kind of a koi fish, watercolor, gouache situation. I kind of like it. I think it's kind of fun. And this is an acrylic piece with some white gel pen, and it says, "In the end, even the stars choose destruction over life." I just thought it was kind of fun to like do all these bubblegum colors, but then have like a gas mask that had bunny ears. And this is just Daiso bag stuff and a sketch that my husband did of me. He's not as big of an artist as me. And then this is the start of when I tried to do the 100 Heads challenge. My only problem with the 100 Heads challenge is you're supposed to do it in like 10 days, which means you're not supposed to put too much effort in. And I put way too much effort in. So yeah, each of these took me probably like an hour to do. And so you'll see a lot of heads in here because I was really trying to do the 100 heads, but I really wanted it to look pretty. So yeah, there's like this kind of hint of one on some leftover yellow paint from another painting. And then I also realized that I often don't paint darker skin tones, and I don't get a lot of practice with that, so I tried to do that here and there throughout the book. It was a really good challenge, and I don't know, I really like the way these turned out. And then I decided to do like famous early Hollywood actors and silent movie stars like Vincent Price, Charlie Chaplin, Gene Kelly, James Dean, you know. And this is just acrylic for the black area, and then I think it's ink and colored pencil. Same thing, I just thinking, okay, well, maybe I can do some like early Hollywood kind of stuff, but women. And then there's like really, really faded sketch you probably can't even see here, that was really ugly. And then some flowers that I drew from when I was sitting in a park. And then more experimentation with color. So this is ink, Copic marker, and acrylic paint. And it's more of the heads challenge. I realized I never draw older people as well. And then this is kind of a mix. So all of these are different pieces that I drew while at a watercolor cafe nearby. It's one of my favorite places to go. But then when I put them in my book, I was like, oh, they look kind of like they're just sitting there. So I wanted to paint something in here and kind of connect it. And I really like the way this turned out. There was a song that I was listening to, and they were like, I can hear, but I can't see in the song. And I thought it really fit with this because the glasses, these like steampunk glasses. And I was kind of experimenting with like some like Lolita sort of anime cute style, but I really don't think it suits me that well. And some anti-religious, religious artwork. I'm really attracted to religious artwork and symbols in religion, specifically like Catholic and Christianity. But I am atheist, so I think it's more of a artistic appreciation and curiosity. So I like to pair things up that are like religious and anti-religious and kind of explore the different ideology behind those two contrasting opinions. Yeah, and then this is kind of cool because I made it like raised up, so it kind of stands up in the book a little bit. And then more heads. At this point I was actually spending less time on the heads. So you can see there's definitely a difference in quality here, but I was just trying to get it out. I did a lot of men's faces. And then again, some like leftover paint that I decided to throw into a design, and a really terrible sketch. Some more portraits and terrible sketches. And then like when people hand me flyers at like events or galleries and things, I try to like put them in my sketchbook as almost like a scrapbook thing, so I can kind of remember where I was and what I did and like timelines and stuff. So these are from when I went to Sequoia and Yosemite last summer. And then some more heads. I don't really like the way they turned out, but this one's kind of cool. I think this one looks a little, I don't know, ugly or something, but it was a good experiment. I've been trying to experiment with colors and stuff lately. More heads, some Greek statues, and kind of like a goblin looking thing. I don't know. And then bread skin, I guess. And then this one I'm really happy with. These are there's some portraits of some older gentlemen, but I really like the color. Like, it's really, really cool, right? And then this is just some more heads and some experiment with spare paint. Okay, and then this is just kind of a, I don't know, thrown together doodle. I never really finished it because I didn't really like the way it was turning out. And then, yeah, some more like angsty loneliness kind of stuff. And then I really like this piece. This piece is an experimentation for me. I was kind of getting into like looking at pop-up books and stuff. So like there's like an eye or a bee that shows up in the eye. When you bring it down, it's black. And then the quote is, "Has a bee ever landed on you, and instead of getting scared, you appreciate the possibility that you got confused for a flower?" Yeah, I don't know, kind of random things to put together. Another collage page. I drew this at a drink and draw kind of meetup here in Seoul, and yeah. And then this is what I call the ugliest cat, or fugly cat. So I wrote like fugly feast instead of fancy feast. And then a beetle from a watercolor cafe that I went to. And then I have this skull that I just kind of doodled on with some excess yellow paint from another painting. And then I was just trying to like experiment with a lot of different colors for some of these heads here. This was when I got back into the 100 heads challenge. I don't think I actually finished the 100 heads, but yeah. And then this was just a sketch to plan out an intaglio relief piece that I was working on for my bachelor's degree. And then doodles. Whenever I was getting bored, I would just whip out my white gel pen and do some doodles on some red paint areas. And more sketches from watercolor cafes, and a little snake that I did. The page is kind of like cut out because I like used it for something, I forgot what, probably for one of my art classes. And then this is just notes from art class, and actually more doodles on top of a sketch for my wood block print that I was working on a while back. And more stickers. And then I got this like, I don't know if you can see it, holographic watercolor tester. And I didn't really love the way it turned out because when it's like normally sitting, it doesn't look very even. But when the light hits it right, it looks beautiful. But it's one of those things like the light has to be perfect for it to look good. Another woodblock print planning moment. Same thing. These were exploration for woodblock that I was working on. So it's all like really rough and ugly, to be honest. And then this is the more color exploration, and my husband had given me a sunflower, and I thought, oh, I should really paint it because sunflowers die and the painting doesn't, so yeah. And the last page is another collage page of like all the stickers and like tickets for things that I went and saw that year. I kind of like the way it looks. It's like really collagey. And then the back, which this is like part of a bag for an art supply store here in Seoul, and more stickers and things. And yeah, that's my sketchbook. I know this sketchbook tour isn't as nice as some other people's, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you'll give my channel a like and a follow. I plan to do more content in the future. And yeah, thank you.